All right, my friends, welcome back to the channel. Buckle up because this one's going to be a long one. This is going to be a 55-minute and 16-second, what I'm going to call sovereign citizen video because of the terminology he uses. One of my subscribers sent this to me, said, hey, skip to the 23-minute mark. I started watching it, and I ran into some sovereign citizen nonsense at the 6-minute mark. So I'm going to show you guys him being pulled over, and then we're going to get right into the sovereign citizen nonsense. Enjoy the video. Go grab some popcorn. Go grab a drink. Grab a blanket. We're going to be here a while.
Sir, again, what was the name of the gentleman that owns or has this car, let you use the car?
Reno.
What was it?
Reno. Logan Reno.
Logan Reno?
Yes.
Where does he live?
What's that side of town called? Actually, they're in Tennessee, but I think they just came and rented a place over here in, shoot, I don't live over here, man.
He lives in Tennessee?
They're from Tennessee. I lived in Tennessee. They just came and rented a house down here in, Davenport. 15 of them.
Davenport?
Yeah.
Where is he at right now? What's his number?
Huh?
What's his number, sir?
The number for him, like,
Well, I need... it's a rental vehicle.
Yes.
You're obviously not the person that rented the vehicle. I need to make sure that you have permission to operate the vehicle. Because when you rent a vehicle, there are only certain authorized drivers on the contract that are permitted to use the vehicle.
right?
So I just need to make sure that you're on the
But
contract.
that doesn't dictate if the person does ride or not, because it's only in the case of an accident that doesn't matter at that point in time.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
681.
Can you make that probably that possibly see if this individual is on the rental contract?
I believe there's possible LEO impersonator or other criminal activity, motor marijuana from the vehicle. Georizers, etc. Have a seat for me, please, sir.
Close the door, all right?
Actually, I'm sorry.
See?
Let's have her. Go ahead. Can you climb in, sweetie? I have the AC on. Let me have you step over here, sir. Thank you. Anything on you might
No, I do not. No, I don't. I don't do that.
Check these handcuffs. Make sure you're not going to tighten up.
No, I'm not going. I don't have no issue with you, man. But do what you're doing. I don't know what y'all got going on,
Loosen
though.
this one up.
Okay.
Two fingers. It's double lock, so it's not going to...
Okay.
Can't have this in the back. You'll get that back done once we're done here,
All
okay?
right, no problem.
Anything on you might poke me, stick me,
No, sir, I don't
I'm just
have
going to
that.
pat you down. Make sure you don't have any weapons.
Go for it.
Setting these with your thing.
Yep.
Anything in your shoes today, sir?
No, sir, I don't
Can
do
you spread
that.
your feet a little bit wider, please? Thank you. All right. Sweetie, can you scoot over a little bit more so your daddy can sit down?
Yeah.
Thank you. All right, so go ahead and have a seat for me, please. Not under arrest, you're just being detained. That means you're not free to go right now.
Understood.
Watch your knee.
As you guys know, if it was up to me, I'm showing them pull him out of the vehicle. I assume that they didn't show it because there's a kid involved, which good on you for blurring out the kid. Even Jeremiah Payne doesn't do that for his own kid, so good on you. But now the sovereign citizen, I don't want to call it word salad. The terminology. He pronounces things very strangely, as you know sovereign citizens do, and he just jumps right into it.
Hey, that car. Hey, excuse me, sir. Let me ask you a question.
Yes.
So,
I'm listening, sir.
I'm trying to figure out exactly what do I have in response to what you're doing, because I don't understand what you're doing.
I've conducted a traffic stop.
Right, and you've used a bunch of coercion to do what you're doing, and I don't understand why.
Wait, what?
Sir, I've abided by the rules and regulations.
That is incorrect. Like, we know this, but it's okay. I got you. Don't worry. But what are we doing now? You're detaining me for...
Trooper Shobbs indicated to me that trained police canine is alerted to the vehicle, and the reason why trained police canine would alert to the vehicle.
Shoot, I don't know even why you stopped me, so I don't know. I just borrowed the vehicle.
The very first thing when you asked me.
You gave me different multiple reasons, and then it turned into a bunch of other stuff, bro. I don't understand. You're telling me nothing. You're giving me a bunch of stuff to find something. That's what you're doing. I don't understand what you're doing.
Sir, I've explained it to you. I'm sorry that you don't understand.
But it's nothing for me to understand what you're explaining when you're using the wrong terminology to try to use coercion, sir.
In the car, Davis is asking, or they just...
Can you turn the air up, and plus that vehicle is closed? Hey, that car is closed. You cannot go into that vehicle. Sir, that car is closed. You're not allowed to go into that vehicle.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Sir, you use your cell phone to call people and took pictures of my phone, and now you're starting to use the radio? What kind of work are you doing? Come close to the thing so you can speak so everyone can hear you. Because you're doing a lot of illegal stuff right now. You tried to get me to tell you who owned the rental car so you can call them because you don't think I'm supposed to be driving the vehicle. That's coercion, bro. You're using a bunch of weird tactics. That's wrong. Everything you're doing is an illegal traffic stop. Everything you're doing is an illegal traffic stop. You lied on the beginning of this traffic stop saying that I was driving too close when I was driving beside you and the next car in front of you, and there was a car in front of me. You tried to swerve over. There was a car beside you, so you could not come over. See, now you're taking your cell phone again. This guy right here, man. This officer is definitely we're going to be having to come see this guy. I'm not screaming, baby. I'm just trying to talk to the officer to find out what is wrong with him and what is he doing. Like, I don't understand what is he doing. And look, he's about to call somebody on his cell phone again. Since when what is he doing?
It's okay, Mom.
I know it's okay, sweetheart, but I don't understand what these guys are doing.
So this is going to frustrate, pretty much every criminal and sovereign citizen, regardless of age. So it turns out, if somebody's not on duty, at the station, doesn't have a radio, yada yada, yeah, you can pick up your phone and call them. I don't know why they're thinking an officer calling another person on their cell phone would be illegal. I think that's one of those things where sovereign citizens just made it up in their mind because it fit their narrative. But yeah, the officer's going to use his cell phone.
I don't like when they do stuff like that, man. If you're going to do some lawful stuff and be a police officer, do lawful stuff and be a police officer. All this other stuff just to try to, like, you're solving a mystery case right now. I don't understand what is he doing. They're going through all this stuff inside the vehicle, and is originally traffic stop for me driving too close. Me driving too close turned into everything else underneath the sun, and I don't understand what we're doing. I don't know what they're putting on my car. I don't know what he's doing, bro. He's just looking at the lights and stuff. I think that's probably what they're fascinated over, the lights and junk.
A few moments later.
Hey, sir, I'm checking on you.
Can you come on this side and check on me, please?
Sir?
Can you come on this side and check on me, please?
I'm talking to you right now.
No, I'm saying, can you come on this side and check on me and get my body in a better position, or my baby? Can I get my...
What do you need for me to do, sir?
Just, I don't know, fix this and maybe, and... Okay.
You have a family member that can come get the little one?
I'm trying. I don't know. You gotta give me a phone call. Let me make something to do. So I can figure it out. You just left me out here just to be, and I don't know what you're doing, bro.
Well, you're under arrest, but...
What am I under arrest for?
Possession of multiple different narcotics.
Multiple different narcotics. What is
Who's the closest family member that could come get the little one?
My girl. Can you let me call her?
You said your girl?
Yeah.
Where is she at?
In Riverview. We're at the house.
In Riverview?
Yes, sir.
All right. Bear with me.
All right, guys, now we're just going to skip ahead 20 minutes. He was just in the back of the car forever, and the kid is no longer in the back of the car. So now I can just start letting F-bombs rain down. He called her a good friend, cousin, blah, blah, blah. It wasn't really specific, so it was kind of sketchy, but she was already on scene during the traffic stop, which makes me, again, it's a little sketchy that they're just following here. You missed, let me see here, you missed, him claiming every single disc in his back was bulging. He has carpal tunnel in both arms. He's disabled, yada, yada. And he's trafficking drugs. Rumor has it if you're trafficking drugs, the last thing you want to do is bring your daughter with you.
Hey, sir. I'd like to ask you some questions. Before I do that, I'm just going to advise you of your rights, okay? You have the right to remain silent, be safe, and will be used against you in a court of law. You
don't think you wanted to do that before you arrested me?
Sir?
You don't think you wanted to do that before you arrested me?
No, I was busy with other things.
Okay, all right, so you know you violated there, but go ahead, finish. You have violated because you're reading me my Miranda rights now after you've arrested me. That doesn't make no sense. No, but I know the law though.
You weren't.
I know the law though.
I've been doing this almost 19 years.
And you know, you guys don't follow the law. You don't follow the protocol.
You said can will be used against you in court of law.
Yes, sir.
To give him more for advice before we ask you any questions, have him or her with you during questions. Now, before we hire a lawyer,
but I don't adhere to your laws and the rules and laws. I'm under common law, so I don't abide to your laws. I don't abide to your laws. I don't abide to your rules. I don't abide to your laws. I don't abide to your rules. I don't abide to your laws. I don't abide to your rules because I heard nothing that you said so far. I don't understand the English language that you speak. It's a bastard language. It's not correct. It's not a common language. I don't understand anything that you said so far because you're a liar and you are a cheat because you have not done anything to me so far but lied to me. That's everything you've done to me so far since you've met me. You've been lying. Since you've met me, you've been lying. So stop doing that, bro. That's why I told you the first thing you said to me was a lie. And you know it's a lie because me and you was driving right side by side. You're a liar. I don't like people like you. Not you being a police officer. As a person, I hate people like you. Liars. I don't like liars, bro. And then you are talking about me impersonating a police officer. And you're a police officer and you don't follow the law. And that's what you're supposed to abide by.
All right, so it looks like he's doing possibly the old Jeremy DeWitte with his car, but he claims not to like liars. You know what the brightness means. He claims not to like liars, but, oh God. I hate to say that English is the most commonly spoken language, but in 2025, it happens to be the most common spoken language. So this guy, I don't like liars. The motherfucker, you must not like yourself.
Trying to use a bunch of different rules and laws to try to get me into a pickle. Yes, you did, because you told me, what was the first thing you said? You said you pulled me over for what? You probably don't even remember. What was following too close? So if I was following too close, you were following too close too. You can't try to put me to, what? That's what I'm saying. You can't make up the rules and the laws and then act like because you wear the uniform, you're not supposed to follow them. And then you want to arrest somebody for the same rules you don't want to follow. Where you see now you're telling me what I'm doing. That's what you're doing. You're falsely impersonating my character. You're assassinating it at the same time. By making up stories, you're a liar. So now I'm a drug trafficker in your eyes. By taking and trafficking my own medication. I'm a drug trafficker trafficking my own medication. Bro, you just condemned me with your statement. Yes, you did. It was a straightforward statement. I'm not the one drug trafficking. That was you taking yourself out of the context and allocating me. You're putting me in that position. You're a liar, bro. You need to do something about your soul, cuz. Nah, don't. You can't talk to me because I don't understand any longer. Your infrastructure of conversation does not have nothing to do. Your infrastructure of conversation has zero things to do with what you're telling me right now. You have to be able to follow what you're reading to me in order for me to understand what you're saying. And the information that you're providing right now is bastard. That's not my law. That's common law. I don't follow your rules. No, I'm not following. That's not what I do though. That's not what I do. That's your rules. You're not the law though. That's what I'm trying to show you. I'm going to make an example out of you. Yes, I'm going to. I'm going to make an example. I hope your family is going to be sustainable because you're going to need help. You're going to need the help. I hope you have enough money for lawyers. You're going to need the help. I promise you to God, on every dollar that I have, you're going to need the help. Yes, you're going to need a lawyer yourself, my boy. I'm telling you. All right? One thing I don't do, man, I don't make threats and I don't make promises, but I am the truth teller. That I am. That I am. And you, my friend, you're going to need a lawyer. All right. And I want your information too. Make sure you provide me with all the details. You can't tell me what you're going to tell me. I want you to provide it to me. That's what your job is. Your job is to provide me with details, not act like you want to tell me what to do. That's not your job. Protect, my friend, and serve. Learn how to do your job. The job is not to actually coerce people into acting like you're doing your job when you're sitting there lying, waiting, coercing with your other buddies, calling and texting them on your cell phone instead of using the microphone that you got in the car that you're supposed to call them on. Everything you've done is illegal, bro. You know it.
So guys, I think I have to tell you this. I love it when crazy people say coercion. It's not a thing. Not a thing. Also, I love it when he says, "Hey, what's your name and badge number?" And then when the officer turns around and says his name and badge number, apparently that wasn't enough, even though that's exactly what that guy just asked for.
Yeah, you're laughing because you know I'm not far from the damn truth. And I'm not stupid either.
I'm laughing, sir, because it's so utterly ridiculous.
It does sound ridiculous because I'm saying so much truth you can't even believe the fact that I was actually paying attention.
Sir, you're so far out.
I know, man. We're going to see about how far off I am when we in court. We're going to see how far off I am. Remember your words now. You didn't lie to me. Remember, that's what you told me.
Oh, it's all been recorded.
Okay. Just remember what you told me now. You didn't lie to me. And that's where your stuff started off with a lie. So that means that your job already started off messed up. And then you couldn't find something. Then you tried to lie to me again and tell me you need to find a person that owns the vehicle for since it's a rental so you can get their phone number and call them. Bro, that's coercive. You got to do better, bro. You need to find another way to try to coerce people into trying to get you. And then when I told you the law, the rules on that sector, what you did, fan me off because you know it was right. You're going to need a lawyer, bro. I'm telling you the God Almighty truth. Are you looking at me because you know I'm dead ass serious and you know I'm far from the fucking failure? You're going to need a lawyer, homeboy. All right, just make sure you got enough money on your 401k if you got that. All right, that's what I'm just saying to you. Think the union gonna be able to save you on this one? They ain't. They ain't. They're not gonna be able to save you on this one. So hopefully your conversation was recorded at the same time when you put them cuffs on me. And at the same time when you put these cuffs on me, you were supposed to read that Miranda rights before. I'm not far from stupid, boy. Not because I'm black, think I'm dumb. Far from that. I am actually an educator. I am actually more educated than you.
All right, I'm going to try to smash all of my thoughts in less than a minute here. So, the hyper-focused on the officer using his phone and not the radio. When I worked back in my day, there was a bunch of departments that fell under the police department itself. You had what I did in the jail. You had the traffic department. You had the detective bureau. You had SIU, the sketchy jump out boys that handled drugs, that type shit. Those were the people you called on the phone. This guy's accused of trafficking drugs. They probably called them on the phone and said, "Hey, have you ever heard of this guy doing this thing or this scenario where they rent a car to traffic drugs, yada yada." So not really worried about that. And this Miranda rights thing. They could arrest you, put you in a jail cell, and never read your Miranda rights as long as they're not asking you questions. And he just can't grasp that.
I'm an actual architect by trade. You protect and serve. It's not a job. That's what you're supposed to do, protect and serve. But that's what you're trying to do is bully. You can't bully me though, because I know too much. You got the right one though. You got the right one. I'm gonna make an example out of you. So better think fast while you got me in the car right now. Figure out how you can fuck me up the best way you can by adding a bunch of dumb shit to my paperwork that don't make no sense. Because I've been arrested for fleeing and eluding before, but I got arrested with no aggression, which makes no fucking sense. Right? In a 35 miles per hour. That's why I categorized you when I was talking to you earlier outside. You said, well, now you categorized me because I dealt with fuckers like you before. Liars. Cheats. People who put a uniform and feel like they're better than the world. So when they meet poor old me, they try to abuse their power. But you're going to learn. Trust me. Just like the last one. Of power, bro. Wear a uniform and you don't even want to do the job, the uniform, bro. You put your hand on the Bible. You guys disgust me, man. Swear to protect and serve the people that you're going out to arrest and chastise. Disgusting set of group of people, y'all, man. Y'all are just slave catchers, and that's all it is. The badge you wear, your history, slave catcher, bounty hunter. Truth is truth, my boy. You can't fuck with the truth. That's a fact. You're a slave catcher. Protect and serve. Where's the serving part that you're supposed? I thought when we got arrested, you are arrested and you are, what is it? How does it go? Until you're what? I thought you're supposed to be innocent until proven guilty. Huh, Mr. Bastard language? Too much truth behind here in your ears? Mr. Bastard language. I thought I'm supposed to be presumed innocent until proven guilty. Why are you in here condemning me to be a drug trafficker?
Okay, so I thought I was missing something. So first off, if you've watched my channel for, at least 3 seconds, you know that I hate people who think playing the race card can get them out of whatever they just did. This guy, he's coming off super racist to me. I don't think this guy deserves to be breathing the same oxygen as the rest of society. With that said, I'm like, why is he getting like this? Why is he getting, normally subjects get all worked up when they're kind of cornered. And I'm like, oh, what did they find? They're only talking about the drugs. So I'm going to read you from the description of the video. I found this video on Scooper, or somebody sent me the link to Scooper and I found this. Yeah, it's bad. So they conducted the traffic stop on this black SUV for illegal window tint and following too closely. And that in itself isn't the craziest thing to get pulled over for, but you add in what I'm about to read. When they walked up to the car, they're like, man, this resembles a police car. He had a light bar mounted in the rear and front windows, a dash cam affixed to the windshield, a computer stand with laptop, dark window tint, and other police-related accessories. The vehicle's plate was registered to a rental company, which is why they wanted the number for whoever actually owns the car, because they probably have some questions. This guy's 38 years old, was unable to provide proof of insurance, vehicle registration, or rental agreement. And during the stop, when the K9 alerted to drugs, which you're going to find out, a normal human being could have probably alerted to these drugs, they searched it, found 2 badges labeled law enforcement and federal officer, a holstered 9mm handgun on the passenger seat, a brown paper bag containing 21 pills labeled oxycodone, a plastic bag of white powder, several bags of white powder and white rock-like substances, marijuana residue on a plastic container, 2 glass pipes with burnt marijuana, a digital scale, rolling paper, lighters, and a police-style body cam in the back side of the passenger seat. So it seems, and catch this, his concealed weapons permit had expired. So it seems like this guy was riding dirty while trying to be Jeremy DeWitte, which is not exactly the thing you want to be doing, especially with your fucking kid in the car.
Okay, I got real shit back here for you. You know how long I've been sitting back here waiting for you, bro? You know how long I've been sitting back here waiting for you, bro? You're gonna learn. I promise you this. I'll be the last nigga you fuck with, I bet you. This time you start protecting and serving, the next time you see somebody that you don't know what they got going on, and you're not going to abuse your power no more. You're going to learn how to use the power to the will and wellness of the people. That's what your job is. Not to be a disgusting concubine. Bloodthirsty people, that's what y'all are. Bloodsuckers. Just can't wait to put a number of your name and their name down on a piece of paper and put a tick mark beside it. Caught me one today. Disgusting. How do you feel, bro? When you take people that you don't know and you just like, for today's a good example for you. You arrested me for my own shit. And then you take a child and put her in the sun and in the back of a car. But I'm supposed to be presumed innocent until proven guilty. Yeah. How you feel about your job, man?
Feel great.
Disgusting. That's what you should feel. Disgusting, bro. You should. And you're still convinced. You're still convinced. Oh God, he's still convinced. Okay, you're the worst. I'm going to make a real example out of you. This guy, he's still convinced. Okay. 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 Yo. I want this whole. Hey, listen, make sure you know from minute 1 till minute now. I want the whole recording. So y'all can try to suppress any part of it you want. I will get it. Alright. Just telling you, bro. And I ain't asking you no questions when I hear me back here talking shit. And then you probably be like, yeah, I done heard people talk that y'all broke, y'all ain't got no money, you got it right, nigga. I'm telling you. Far from broke. And I don't drug traffic, my boy. Don't have to. You know what? I retired 6 years ago. 6. Do the math. Drug traffic for what? You sound crazy. You sound fucking crazy. Retired 6 years ago. Do the math. And I don't drug traffic. Do the math. I've been making 100,000 in my early 20s. You ain't probably never seen 100,000. Working for mine. Full work. 80 hours a week, my boy. One job. 40 hours a week at another one, and I put myself through school. Do the math. You can't fuck with me. Barely making 50, 60. I'm crazy. Can't deal with me, bro. I've been paying y'all taxes. Been paying y'all checks. Been doing that. And this is how y'all wake up and treat people like me. That make sure that you get paid. But you're supposed to protect and serve me.
I hate to break this to him, but I've simply been at this for too long. So we've seen this all the time from frauditors, sovereign citizens, whatever. They always claim, oh, I'm this rich, I retired this. And then you look and it's, oh, they're on government assistance. They actually are mentally disabled, so they can't work because there's no job low enough for them to work. He claims to not be drug trafficking, but reading this description again, 21 pills of oxycodone in a brown paper bag, which isn't exactly what I get from my pharmacy, a plastic bag of white powder, several bags of white powder, and white rock-like substances. If you're not drug trafficking, what do you call it?
Disgusting, bro. But I just asked you a question, how you feel, and you feel great about it. You're a bloodsucker. That's why I just called you. You're a taker. What y'all do, put the uniform on and come out here act like y'all bigger and badder. You're not the actual law. You're a school-wearing, uniform, talking chump. That's all y'all are. That think that y'all are somebody because you have on a code of conduct clothing to try to impute rules that are not actual laws. Because the land can't have any laws, you know that, right? Yeah, I'm gonna make a good example out of you. I promise you that, and you will remember my name. I won't remember yours though, but you will remember mine.
Let me do a reenactment for you guys a few weeks in the future. Hey Steve, what was the name of that sovereign citizen drug trafficking Jeremy DeWitte? Was that Conroy? Oh yeah, fucking Conroy. That's how that conversation goes.
Disgusting. Put all this work in my life and ain't here for you to come call me a drug trafficker. You disrespectful motherfucker. Fuck ass. You rude as fuck. You don't understand how pissed you making me, bro, because you calling me some fuck ass shit that I'm not. You understand me? You're being rude and disrespectful, bro. I hate that shit. Don't call me shit that I'm not, because I don't fuck off like that. You can look at me and tell me I'm not. You can look at me and tell I'm not no drug trafficker. Fool, are you stupid? What the fuck do I look like a drug trafficker? Man, come on, bro. You rude, bro. You disrespectful. You disrespect you, man. Bro, you fucking rude ass motherfucker. Call me something else.
I don't look like a trafficker. Stop. In my years on YouTube and years working at the jail, I have seen drug traffickers come in every size, shape, and shade of stupidity you can possibly imagine. And I've seen drug traffickers, shocker, look exactly like this guy.
Homeboy, I'm a fucking architect by trade. I'm a father and a son. Fucking drug trafficker. Do I look like I'm trafficking no drugs? Ain't even enough shit in there for me to smoke by my damn self. It's weed. Drug trafficking. Get the fuck on it. Think you found anything in that bitch to make no money. Are you crazy, bro? Sounds stupid as fuck. But it's okay. I've been sitting back here waiting for you. You gonna learn, though. Today will be the last time you use coercion and play games with you and your buddies on the phone and call this one to try to play trick on a nigga like you think we stupid sitting there. Oh, I'm not arrested, but you're not detained either. But I'm just printing your paperwork that's right here to press the button to fucking wait for this motherfucker to give me heads up. Shake my head like we playing baseball, motherfucker. You think I ain't seen y'all? You fuck ass. You think I ain't seen y'all? You gonna learn today. Today gonna be the day. You know not to fuck with another nigga like me. Period. Because I'm not the guy for you to play with, bro. I don't even play with people about the rules like that. Because I follow mines. And you gonna learn to follow yours too. The same rules that you're supposed to be working off, you gonna start learning how to follow them. I will make sure of it. That's a fact. Make sure of it. So make sure you start dotting them I's, crossing T's, and everything else that you know you can walk down that line of that crazy line that you got you and your buddies in. Yeah, make sure they tell you every rules you can cross. Because you're gonna need them in the huddle in a second, you know what I mean? You're gonna need them. You're gonna need them to come up with a nice scheme to get off on this one. Rude as fuck. Title I'm not interested in borrowing, so you can give it to somebody else, okay? This won't be my second fucking time getting arrested on some fuck ass shit. Fleeing to elude was my first one, like I told you. 35 miles an hour. That's how I got arrested, for fleeing to elude. That's what your boys them do. 35 miles per hour. Same way like I was driving too close, right? Turned into my tints are too dark. Turn into, do you have any weed permit? Turn into, do you have a this? Turn into, do you have a that? Turn into, who owns the car? Turn into, so you were fishing like a motherfucker out there until you found you something. Coercion. Yeah, you can fish all you want, my boy. You're gonna learn. Fishing is not your forte, man. You're a police officer. You don't get time to fish. You're obviously not good at it.
So he may have been pulled over for driving too close and tint, but when you show up next to a car and go, oh, light bars in both the windows, dash cam, computer stand with a laptop. Oh, man, this looks like a cop car. And then you look on the seat and you're like, oh, 9mm handgun and 2 badges that say law enforcement and federal officer. Oh shit, you've got, 20-something oxys in a brown paper bag and then a bunch of baggies of white powder everywhere? It doesn't seem like the officer's fishing. I'm going to make a video on a video that Unclean Hands did a while ago, where the guy, I say it all the time, don't bring attention to yourself if you're fucking up. This guy was flipping off the cops, saying F you, F you, F you, had a gigantic crack down his windshield in a state where you can't have a crack in your windshield or it's a ticket. And then he's mad because he got a ticket for it. Well, you brought attention to yourself and you got a ticket for something that was fucked up. In this case, you brought attention to yourself by following too close, too dark of tint, in a car that resembles a cop car with a bunch of drugs in it. Like, you did this to yourself, Mr. Architect.
I'm gonna make sure you start researching right now, because you're gonna need all the help you can get. Oh, and it's $2,500 for retainer. I don't know if you got that in your savings. I do. Just to start the process, $2,500. Yep. I don't know, who should I use for you this time? Thomas Mayo or... shoot, I'm gonna find somebody for you. I might not go across the bridge. I don't want to bring him over here. I got about 3 of them. How about I do this? I'm gonna get a federal agent for you. How about that? How about I do that for you? I think I'm gonna do that for you. Yeah, I think I just figured out what to do for you. I just figured out what to do for you. You're gonna have to see the federal agent about this one. Yep, that's him. Told you. You're gonna need all you can get on me, bro. You're gonna need all you can get on me. And I don't have a criminal history, so search all you want. I am him. Yep, that's what your buddies did to me. Put me in the system for no fucking reason, just like you're about to do. Bunch of bloodsuckers. Make sure you give me good charges too. And whatever you put in there, make sure you don't make up nothing funky. So the more you stretch the truth is the more I'm going to pressure you.
Single or married, sir?
I don't know, that's for you to find out. I thought you were printing out my paperwork and shit earlier when you showed me that stuff. Then what you doing now? It's what you should have been doing.
Your
right?
arrest affidavit, sir.
I mean, what you print out my arrest affidavit for?
I have it booked you into the jail.
So you already put me in the jail before. So that's not what you were printing out, the citation for the speeding. So you're a liar. I told you this. You know this. Look at you. Caught. Liar.
Talking to a brick wall.
I know, because you're a liar. You just got caught again lying. I'm printing out your paperwork. Yeah, I'm supposed to be getting a citation for a tinted window. Where's the citation for the tinted window?
Oh, look at that, right there.
Yeah, where's the other one? Where's the other one?
Right there. Huh, what do you know?
Oh, you mean right when you got a heads up from the dog whisperer? Or before? Oh, you mean right after he gave you the baseball hint? Yep. I seen when he gave it to you. And I seen when you gave him the command, okay, thank you. And the dog sat down. I seen it all. Coercion between you and your partner. You're supposed to be calling him on the mic, on the intercom. Chirp. Mr. Dog Whisperer, we need you to come over here at section. But guess what you did? You took your cell phone out and you called him on the slick side. I asked you if that's what you were doing and you lied. Liar. How you feel, bro? Can you even tell the truth? Do you even know what the fucking truth is? Because that's what you do all day. You lie all day, obviously. You're not that good at it because you get caught right away. So that I'm trying to figure out how the fuck you live your life. So you're just a habitual liar, is what you are now. Or you probably didn't start off that way. You were probably a good kid out of cadet school and shit, huh? Or you were just one of them lame ass kids that used to get punked around. And then you put a uniform and now you feel bad.
All right, guys, let me read this out again real quick. So we've got, imagine having this sitting on your head. 2 badges labeled law enforcement and federal officer. From what it looks like, an illegal handgun. A brown paper bag containing 21 oxy pills. A plastic bag of white powder and several bags of white powder and white rock-like substances. Marijuana residue in a plastic container, 2 glass pipes with burnt marijuana, a digital scale, rolling paper, and lighter, and a police-style body camera in the pocket of one of the things. A concealed weapons permit that expired. Imagine having that all sitting on your head and thinking you're the one who is morally and legally in the right. Like, this dude is simply talking out of his ass. At this point, you can't believe a word that this guy says.
Just make sure you put the right information in the system, okay? Because anything is off by any inch, believe me, bro. I want you to believe the words that I'm telling you. I'm going to put pressure on you. So make sure you got $2,500 in the savings account. Or maybe you can go borrow it off your 401k. You don't need that retainer fee though. Yep. Damn, Scott don't give that much money out. They only give $500. So you can't even borrow from them. One place I damn sure promised myself that never ever got sent come back to on false pretense or not. But here we are, huh? Fight for my freedom on life. Fight for my freedom from people who I'm supposed to be getting served and protect from. Fight for people from... You guys are the fucking worst. Just remember you condemned me earlier, right? Since you're not the one trafficking drugs. Is that your presumption of people? Do you assume that from people automatically when you meet them? Is that your way of making yourself feel good for the arrest that you make? By assuming their life is all fucked up and they don't want to do nothing about their life? Is that what you're assuming? Is that your assumption, typically? No? Or just when you meet niggas, that's only the assumption you have when you meet us? Because I'm sure you don't do that with them white boys.
Get your Kleenex, because this is going to hurt this guy's feelings. If a white guy was in the same situation where he was trying to be a sovereign citizen drug trafficking Jeremy DeWitte, yeah, he'd be in the same spot. The officer would probably even be talking more shit. This guy's trying the race card so bad, crying for Al Sharpton, Ben Crump to come save him. Those racists are out of town. Your race card got denied. Sorry.
Huh? You don't want to answer that one? Touchy subject? You're not touchy for me. I know y'all. Y'all are the devil. I know your genotype.
2604. Trooper Lewis, have 11015.
For booking or CDT, sir?
Booking.
Yeah, booking. That's okay.
Thank you.
I got a serious question for you though, without bullshit aside. Is this something that you always wanted to do? Huh? No? You're not gonna answer me? No, for real, it's a serious question. Like, was this like a career choice, like from a kid? I'm not gonna be sarcastic. I'm just asking a real question. No?
All right, we're at the jail. Sir, you don't have any other contraband, even if it's a crumb of marijuana stuffed down your pants? Or
You would know that, man. You put your hand damn near my asshole.
Ask everybody the same question. If you walk through the door and you have anything illegal, any contraband at all, it's a felony just for walking through the door.
No, man, I'm not even trying to get, I'm not even supposed to fucking be here, so why would I want to do that?
All right, my friends, we have finally reached the end of the video. It was originally 55 minutes. I trimmed it down to about 40. I trimmed it, cut it, sped it up, because I didn't want to sit through all 55 minutes, but I did want to watch a majority of it because it wasn't a sovereign citizen, drug dealing, drug trafficking Jeremy DeWitte trying to like make his case. It was just him crying in the backseat, and I just needed them. I needed to see one of them cry. The backseat broke him in less than an hour, which is just terrific to see. So we're going to go over this again, and then I'll read you the charges because there's a few. So we've got pulled over for following too closely with tinted windows, which to me means he was probably either trying to get past that guy so the officer would notice him, or he was trying to maybe pull that person over because he has emergency light bars mounted on the front and rear windows, a dash cam affixed to the windshield, a computer stand with laptop, dark window tint, and other police-related accessories. The license plate was registered to a rental company, good old Conroy Trelay of Riverview, Florida. He was unable to provide insurance, vehicle registration, or a rental agreement. Let's see here. He had 2 badges, law enforcement and federal officer. He's neither. A holstered 9mm handgun was on the passenger seat, and his concealed carry permit was expired. A brown paper bag containing 21 pills, 21 oxys, a plastic bag of white powder, and several bags of white powder and white rock-like substances. Marijuana residue in a plastic container with marijuana, 2 glass pipes, a digital scale, rolling papers and lighters, a police-style body cam in the pocket of the backside passenger seat. Okay. He was arrested and transported to the Hillsborough County Jail, facing multiple charges. First one was falsely impersonating a law enforcement officer. Okay, Jeremy DeWitte, trafficking in oxycodone. Accurate. 21 pills in a brown paper bag will do that. Possession of cathinoid? I've never heard of that term before, but okay. Possession of marijuana, possession of drug paraphernalia, and carrying a concealed firearm with an expired permit. and the child was released to his girlfriend. So, yeah, he's going to claim up and down, oh, cops bad, sovereign citizen good, you're morally wrong because you're holding me accountable for my actions, which is a terrible argument, but that's the video. Hopefully, Conroy is having the worst time of his life in prison. Have a good rest of your day, guys. Peace.